Hello.
Hello.
I feel like the intro was longer than normal, but that's definitely my head because it wasn't.
It's the same video. Oh, I have to hit play. Playlist.
Trying to get
Hey, cool gamer.
Hey, cool gamer.
We are a bit late today because I woke up with a splitting migraine and needed more sleep.
So fun.
But I'm good now. Groggy because I got too much sleep, but the migraine is gone.
I went to the gym and worked out my muscles. And now I want to nap. So,
can't.
I'm not gonna do that. What was me? I haven't taken my ADHD meds.
The first thing I need to do
is
our internet is apparently still being whimsical from the storm. But first thing I'm going to do, I'm making a mild exception, as I sometimes do on WIP Wednesday, to do the stream schedule for next month.
Fine. Moving the alcohol background of my stream.
So everybody doesn't know.
Well, I have been carrying it around for way too long because I got it at school and then I didn't drink it because it's like a vodka soda and I'm like, not really my thing, but I got it for free. But so I like packed it up when I came home and then I unpacked it when I got home. And then I like put it in the closet and I was sorting out my closet the other day. So I was like, oh, let me put this here. And it just sat there until now.
Sorry. Chris found your little vodka bottle.
What?
The moonshine bottle, not vodka.
Yes. And I'm excited.
And I was like, where did you find it? And he was like, it was out on the thing. And I'm like, I fucking scoured that thing.
Down on the thing?
Yeah, it's the thing in the living room, the cabinet.
Yeah. Oh.
But I looked everywhere on that. So I don't know what magic he pulled out of his ass. But
he like reverse Uno card, the like mom magic.
He does all the time. He has the mom magic. Exactly. I do not. Oh no, I am feeling a lot better, yes. Also, apparently,
yeah,
my friend Anna has had her first brand partnership with her writing blog. So I'm going to share that, and if everyone would be as so kind as to give that a watch for her. Even if you just put it in mute in the background, the views will help her. So, because that's exciting.
It is. I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't think you would. I know Anna mostly through Storytellers Hearth and the Troublemakers. But she is sweet. She's great.
Fun, fun.
Also, I've been working on a reading journal. I'm doing one of these. These are all the series that I have started reading this year.
Mm-hmm.
I finished 2 of them.
No.
So,
I want to start like writing in a journal because I have such shitty memory, but it's like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'll write stuff in the journal that will be worth remembering because I would have to write so much down. So I'm like, ugh, how do people do this? I looked like up journaling and it was just like how to make your page pretty. And I'm like, this is not going to help me with memory.
girl,
Pages though.
this is my pages. Like, I needed my ranking system because I don't give things stars. I guess. So that's how I'm gonna do it. See, my pages are not pretty, but it's fine. The cover is pretty. But yeah. What are you working on today? Very
Storm's Air, queer dragon novel.
Chat, let us know what you're working on during the first sprint. You can go. I use a mouse pad because I sacrificed the mouse for the keyboard.
Hello.
Hey, we're on break now.
Yes.
So I'm switching the things. I will say I am always impressed at how well I go back to just using the mouse pad because it's been so long since I used the mouse pad. Then I remember I used to play League of Legends with the mouse pad, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm a mouse pad guru.
It's ingrained into your body.
It is. But I actually got chat. Let us know what you're working on and how well you did while we go over how we did.
I done.
I got 97 words, but that's good. Like, I was in a good flow, and then my mother called because she was returning my daughter. She had borrowed my daughter. Well, not sure if it's she borrowed my daughter so much as my daughter vaguely harassed us into visiting my sister. So,
Okay.
Either way, this morning my mom took my youngest out to help babysit my sister's first three so she could go to a doctor's office because her OB is like an hour or so away from her house. And so she was returning her, and she's like, she calls me, she's like, I'm returning your daughter, but come out here because I have a question for you. And I am like in a dimly lit room, right? And I go out to my house, which is vaguely naturally lit, but also I have very heavy curtains. And so I walk out into the sun, and I'm like, oh God. And I go over, and I lean on my mother's car window, and I'm like this, and I'm like, Mother, it is so bright, and you know I am a creature of the night. And she goes, yeah, anyway.
I got 162 words, so not much. I too got up and did stuff. We're selling my car, for scrap parts, basically. Someone's coming to pick it up, because the frame's rusted in 2 places, so it's did not pass inspection. The person knows this, but they're buying it parts. And so I had to. My dad's like, "Where are the keys for it?" And I had one of the keys on my desk, and he's like, "Where are the other keys for it?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." And then I'm sitting here, and I start like thinking about working again. I look over, and the keys are sitting on my dresser, and I'm like, so I take all of my like
all
dingly
the
bits
bits and bobbles
off the keys, and so he comes and gets those. Oh, and then also my Taylor Swift folklore cardigan came in. Ta-da! It smells really bad. Not like gross bad, like chemically bad.
Like in the industry bad.
Yeah, and there's a loose thread on it, which I'm like trying not to be upset about. It's an expensive sweater. No, it's actually very reasonably priced. No, it was expensive, but
you can use a lighter.
No, no, I'm not putting a lighter near it. I'll just like.
You're not skilled enough in that area. I see.
No, I just don't want to catch it on fire. I understand the concept, but no. I'd rather just like put a needle and thread it back in. But I'm very happy about that. They only go on sale for like 3 days at a time, or like a couple days at a time. So they're really hard to get, and so I'm really happy that I got one.
That's good.
Yeah.
I've been before I got back. Well, I couldn't get back to work because I called my sister because my daughter has lost a thing that my mom remembers handing her when she got in the car, but it's not in the car. So I asked my sister, I'm like, can you go check the driveway, see if it fell out? It is not there, so who knows where it is. Probably fell between the seat. But ever write anything porn themed asking for a friend? No, but perhaps we shall one day, especially if it's a flash fiction free for all prompt.
I did that. I know that like. Go ahead.
That does remind me, though, there is a person that I went to high school with for a couple of years who self-published a couple novels. I reached out to her to attempt to help her because she, like, wrote them and then published them within 2 months, and I read part of it just to see, because it like took place in Tennessee, and no. Just no. You could tell that she was not actually, because she had moved here and then she moved away. So, also, hey, Steve, how you doing? Just writing away on my opening chapter, reached 216% of my very small daily goal, but I still have an urge to write, so I keep on going. That's awesome. At 1080 words for the day. Sweet.
So what's your goal? Like 500 words or something? A little less than that?
My guess is 200 words. Let us.
Well, if he wrote 216%, be double what he. I don't know. I'm guessing it's 400.
Oh, you're right. It's like 500. I was thinking fifths. I just restrung a guitar. Not a lot of writing involved, but it feels productive. Hey, that's good. That's not a simple task.
I am so close to finishing this chapter. I just have to finish this conversation, and then I'm free to go back to Rye's perspective.
I'm almost done with this scene, not this chapter, but like...
I just want to write about my dragon boy.
I finished a plot point last time. Like last Wednesday, I finished the plot point, and then I started a transitional scene that's not in my outline because I do that a lot. And now I think they're going to make out, but I don't know, because let me tell you, the like last thing is like a very poorly written, like heart pounding. She met Moxie's lips with her own starting, and then my mother called, and I'm like, Mother, why? I'm in the middle of things.
Mother, no, not the time.
Like I said, it's poorly written. I write kissing scenes better than this. I just have brain fog, and I'm like, I can't sit here and worry.
Flesh faces together.
They crashed into each other. This is not the vibe for that particular placeholder. Although, another thing is, I don't understand the hate for the phrase "they crashed into each other" for makeout scenes. I'm like, I pity the person who has, in fact, never had a moment that passionate that you, in fact, forget your physical limits and accidentally hurt your teeth. Like, that is a thing that happens.
It is a thing that happens.
But it's okay.
I forget what I was reading the other day, but within the span of like 3 chapters, it was really good. Yeah. But they apparently missed the memo on the whole release to breath. They didn't realize they were holding, which is like a thing people do, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It is a cliche at this point. But they used it like a couple times, and I'm like...
I recently read a book that I don't know if it was a coincidence or if the author just really hated the release the breath they didn't know they were holding, because so many times characters released the breath they were holding. And I was like...
I've written that. Yeah.
I was like, it's just... It was interesting to me because I don't know that I read a lot of books where that's utilized frequently. So I was like...
I guess that's just the author's response to panic, is just stop breathing. They're like, oh, everyone does that. It's like, stop. Don't do that. You need air.
Releasing a breath that they didn't know they were holding is, I feel like, something that authors should still be able to do, because it is a thing people do. Just like find other ways to say it so that people don't harp on you, because you will be unfairly judged.
Mm-hmm.
Just like characters looking in mirrors to check their appearance. Like, I look in mirrors to check my appearance. Okay, not daily. I don't care that much.
But... Looking in a mirror for the initial description of the character. That is the issue. Not just the appearance in general.
You must entertain chat. My mother's calling.
Okay. Hi, chat. I am so close. So close. And then I get to write some fight scenes. So excited. Stieg says the weekly goal is 500 words daily. So yeah. Haha. I was right. Go me. What am I reading these days? Fan fiction. Actually, right now I'm reading Most Ardently, which I'm very much enjoying. It's a queer retelling of Pride and Prejudice, where Elizabeth Bennet.
Real quick. My mother found the thing my daughter lost. It had got wedged in between, because I don't know if you guys know this, but American cars, the driver seats are like electronically slide now. There apparently is a crack just big enough for the little diary to fall in. So it is found. She meant to call my daughter, but she's used to calling her daughter, so that's why I got called. All right, continue with your Pride and Prejudice gay retelling.
So, Elizabeth Bennet is a trans man named Oliver in this, and it's still in the same time period, so that's like a thing he has to hide. And I am not super far in it, like that far. But I'm really enjoying it. It's cute. It still has some of the same tones as the original Pride and Prejudice. It's not as, I was gonna say stuffy, but no, but like not as eloquent. But it's still fun, or it is fun, because it combines both of those, like modern and more old-fashioned. Plus, people are like, I know it isn't stuffy. I was trying to describe the like language type, highbrow.
Like Victorian, right?
What?
Was it Victorian? Like the era?
I don't know.
Like
I'm not an English major. Eloquent, yeah. But people aren't as homophobic as they probably would be back then, but it's still like Oliver is afraid to tell people and stuff like that. But Darcy is adorable and kind of a dick, and both those things at once, which I think is in the original Pride and Prejudice. So, but it's fun. It has some secret identity shenanigans, which I love, and is usually just in like superhero stuff. So it's fun to see it in a not superhero thing. Regency, yes. So that's what I've been reading, and then I've also been reading the manga for Naruto, because I don't really want to watch it, but I want to know the story. Which it takes me like 45 minutes to read one of those, like the volume. So I'm kind of plowing through them. Or I would be if it wasn't so hard to find copies of them in the library systems. And then I'm like opening them up, and like you can see how like a little kid was probably eating as they read it. I'm like, this is so much fun. I feel like I should be wearing gloves. But I'm on the third one. So it's really hard to find them. And there's very few of them on the like ebook library, so I have to like request them from different libraries in my system and get the local library, then go pick it up. So it's a whole thing, which is slowing me down some. But that is what I'm reading. Yeah. Lately. And then I also should go back to reading Husky and His White Cat. But I didn't realize that not all the books were out yet. I thought they were all out. But apparently there's going to be like 9 of them, and only 5 of them are out, because I own like 4 or 5. And I was like, fuck, I thought I was near the end of the story, but they're not even all out yet in English. And so now I've like backed off a little, because I don't want to get to a cliffhanger. Like if I had the drive to read it right now, I could go and read it. Yeah, it's going to be longer than Heaven's Official Blessing, which is 8 books. Like I could go read some if I had the drive to right now. But I don't want to run out of them to read, which is why I got the first one like a year ago or something. And I was like, oh, I won't start reading till they're all out. And I thought they were all out. But I was wrong. So that is on my back burner.
What's the genre?
For which one?
For the series that's not all out, the 9-book series.
Oh, that's Dan May. The one your mom and I read.
Oh. 9 volumes isn't that bad.
Gay Chinese novels.
Yeah.
I have my Danway shelf over there. Yeah. Gently, just gay stuff shelf. It is not very full. Although 4 of my books I loaned to my friend last summer, and I don't know if I'm getting them back. I texted him and I was like, hey, do you still have them? And he was like, yeah, I'll give them to you. And I'm like, cool, do that. I'm gonna come after you. It's like $100 worth of books because they're very expensive. I did not buy them for myself. Those are my presents most every holiday, or just these books.
Right, springtime.
So yeah, springtime.
And it's break time. How did everybody do?
I finished the chapter. Yay! Which means I'm back to Rye's perspective. Yay! And I had to read through the beginning of Rye's chapter because it's like 3 pages, and I don't remember really what was going on. Well, I remembered where it was, but I didn't remember details, trains of thought, and stuff like that. So I went back and read it, and it was just such a tone shift from what I was writing in Jason's chapter, where I'm like, Rye's like going through it situationally, but mentally, I mean, he's kind of a funny dude. Like, they're both funny, but like, he's still making like cracking jokes and stuff, even within his own mind. Just like the tone he approaches things is just so different from the tone where Jason's like tense and like stressed and like so many things are on the line. And then Rye's like, I wonder what happens when I do this. So I was entertained by that. Sound a little bit to you. But I don't actually know how many words I wrote. Like literally like 50.
Oh, right.
Yeah, 47.
I finished that scene.
Yay.
Not necessarily satisfactory, but it's done.
Yeah.
Also, my mom was like, call me when you're done streaming. And I'm like, I'll just call you now. Because I don't want to forget when I'm done streaming. We're going, Chris, me, my parents, and my sister are going to see Deadpool 3 this weekend. We saw the first 2 all together. It was kind of funny because, you know, the first one was heavily advertised as a Valentine's Day movie. So we went like on a double date-ish with my parents, but also with my eternally single sister. So it was like a family date. Yeah. But either way, we saw the first one, and then when the second one came out, we were like, oh, well, we saw the first one together. Let's go see the second one. And now the third one's coming out, and Chris was like, are we seeing it with your parents? And I'm like, oh, let me call and find out. Apparently we are. So
my whole family, we're going to see it Saturday as well. I was not allowed to watch the first one when it came out.
Understandably so, but I did get 150 words. I finished the scene and then stared at my outline, which I thought that my entire like plot point for the next scene was they go out to dinner together, they have stew and berry salad, maybe some bubbly, and I was like, Sam, why would you do this to me? But then I looked down and it was like during the dinner they should get to know each other, and I've got like talking points and stuff for their conversation, and I was like, oh good, Sam, you did not in fact leave me out to dry knowing brain fog is a thing. But also
left me out to dry.
I'm sorry. Our past selves are such bitches sometimes. But also, mildly concerningly, so first of all, my pain medication did not actually do much, if anything, for the migraine that had started, like the head pain that had started. And the brain fog got a lot worse. And now I'm smelling something coppery.
Blood?
No, thankfully, I don't think. But that was my first thought. I was like, is my nose bleeding? But no, you know how sight auras are heavily associated with migraines, where like people
I know
see
that's a thing people have. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I get smell ones. Copper and ammonia. The ammonia one, oh my god, fucks with my head so bad because I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what peed where when I smell the ammonia, and like
you go frozen.
Oh no. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay. Well, you'll just have to deal with
You're just frozen like this. Well,
but with the ammonia, like I said, it would drive me bonkers because I would be like, what peed where? And then I would ask Chris, I'm like, do you smell the pee? And he's like, no. And so for a while, we just referred to it as the phantom pee smell. Until I figured out it was connected to migraines, so.
One of the animals is like, yes, getting away with it once more.
Steve, yeah, he read 2 chapters of The Bone Season and put his iPad on to try to do some character art from you. You art now? I don't think I knew this. Have you posted anything in the Troublemaker server? I gotta go spy now.
Yeah. I went and got a drink, and I made the responsible decision not to get a soda, and instead I got bubbly water, which has the whole ring around the top just says 0 calories. Sugar. Oh no, that's all it says. It just says it over and over again. So, bubbly water, because I want something fun to drink. Steve, I also want. Do you do digital? Or I'm guessing digital art because iPad. So you have a stylus and stuff. My laptop has a touchscreen, so I want to get into digital art, but I'm not an artist. I'm a doodler. Yeah.
Chris has gotten into doing digital art on his phone.
How big is his phone?
I was saying that more for Steve because his phone's only like a little bigger than mine. He just zooms in a lot.
Oh yeah. I want like a stylus or something to do it with, but we only have all the stylus we have are like the nubby ones that kind of look like just the top of an eraser that make like they're super imprecise and
stuff. We get Galaxy phones, and this is the end of my. I don't know if you can see how like pointy that is.
You're so pixelated right now, but if it looks generally like a pencil.
Yeah, it's essentially a pencil. Which I have the blue Galaxy, whatever number mine is, and they were like, this comes in 2 colors. It comes in like the blue and the pink one, and I was like, okay, give me the blue one. But like when he's doing his sales pitch, he's like, the pink one comes with a matching pink pencil, but the blue one kind of comes with this like hideous yellow pencil, and I'm like, okay, blue. With the ugly mustard yellow pen, please.
I like maps. That is cool. If you're comfortable sharing, ever would love to see some. Yeah, I have my art skills are like doodling pictures of like Jason Todd or like the main characters from the gay novels I love in class, and that is about it. Jason Todd because I don't have to do a face because I can put the helmet on him. Red Hood. It's like I'm not gonna even try a face. Here you go, helmet with some cool eyes that are like light. Yeah. And that's in between like taking notes.
I used to do character. One of my favorite things isn't like drawing the characters so much as I enjoy designing them and their outfits. That's one of the reasons that I like to watch a lot of art things is because which this is kind of a tip for authors if you think you're bad at designing outfits or characters. Watch a lot of artist things like comic interviews and stuff like that because quite a lot of them take that shit serious because it's a visual medium, so it's like super important in their medium. I find that it for me it can help improve things because then it becomes easier for me to write identifying features of a character. Like Rochelle wears a lot of floral print and a lot of flowy dresses, and right now she is suffering because her
so much attention to class apparently. Yeah, what I want to do with the art, it's kind of like what you're saying with outfits and stuff, but also hairstyles with Jason, because he has the long flowing hair that I'm gonna make into there's gonna be some symbolism to it or something throughout the series.
Cultural. I love when hair is also a cultural symbol.
Yeah.
I have the whole hair down, unmarried, ponytail, married, bun, old. It's one of the common ones.
I want to play around with it some. The closest thing I have right now is he has this a high ponytail for training. And then he gets back to his room and he's chatting with his like closest confidant. He takes it out of the hairstyle. I'm like, honestly, if I was super stressed, had all of the stuff on me, I get back to my room, I'm taking my hair down. Like, I'm also probably he's also sweaty, and so he's like, no, I want my hair to be down right now. And then he would probably twist it up, put it in a bun or something, just to get it out of the way. It's my stream now. She could have just said that she was going to refresh it, but I guess typing is how it's going to go. The guy that's buying my car is supposed to have been here like 20 minutes ago. And I don't know if my car is gone yet or not. It's okay. I'm slightly in mourning about it, but it's fine.
Sorry.
I'm fine.
Is my connection any better?
Yes. Much better, actually. Magical. I really have to clean my room. Sorry, random thought.
We can do that after the stream.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to work. I should probably do some like cultural world building and stuff. But I feel like with my world building, it just like happens as I'm writing it. Like I come up with
do that too.
Like and go ahead.
I was gonna say I come up with like the base of what I want it to be, but then like the intricate details and everything I come up with as I go.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know for a fact that like I'm an underwriter, and so my first draft won't be as much elaborating on what places look like and all that. So and so I like totally lost my train of thought. Okay, so yeah,
world building.
I won't have like, even if I had ideas now, it probably wouldn't be very thought out in my first draft. So as the drafts go on, they'll be more thought out, and I can add more stuff in that way as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I have become underwriter. I used to be an overwriter, but now I am an underwriter. But I'm fine with that because I like to think that I'm pretty good at revisions for the first couple rounds, and then I take my critique partner's critiques fairly well.
I'm like split between
grumbly and bitchy, but well.
I'm split between wanting feedback throughout the process and then also like wanting to get it like all figured out on my own before I show it to anyone. So there's like the two wolves inside me.
For me, if it takes me longer than I think 5 minutes to decide on, I immediately DM Fox.
No, I mean like
I have an opinion I need. So
like I want someone else's brain to pick as I go through and write it, but I'm not ready to share everything. Like I want to like have my own time to like process it and think about it first before I start harassing other people. No. So I'm trying to find a happy
middle ground.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, I speak of my process frequently, but perhaps you could give it a go where you do 1 or 2 rounds of self-revision and then hand it off to one specific critique partner.
Do you do that for every chapter? Like you finish a chapter and then do 1 or 2 rounds? Because
I finish a chapter and then I do 1 round, right? Because during my initial draft, there's going to be things, especially with brain fog, that I look through and I'm all like, I need to revise this before other human eyes see it. And so I'll go through and I'll do the initial revision. And then I'll do the next chapter, revise that one, the next, because I'm doing them in batches of 3. Mm-hmm. And then after I finish the 3rd one, I go back through and I revise that batch as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And then I send them to Fox.
Okay. How many words is your general each chapter?
I'll send you my monthly tracker so you can see.
On that note, I'm gonna go see if my car is sold. I mean, right.
It is break time. It is our final break. And then we will be doing a wrap-up sprint. Oh, people has arrived.
I am trying to figure out how to do the bard scene, the story within the story, without being boring.
Yes, I see your. Well, first of all, hello and welcome, Lisa. Yep, the thing. Sprint 3 out of 4. The banner. Thank you. Yeah, the banner. I see you saw the banner. That's what I meant to say. I finished a plot point, sort of.
I made some notes on the script and then I just started researching story within a story because I've done it before, and yeah, I could just like wing it, like just try it and see how it turns out. But I'm like, if there is some advice out there on how to do this, without
I did one
sidetracking or feeling too much like an info dump.
Yeah.
So, and then I have to come up with a story. Well, I know what story. Come up with a narrative.
Yes. I did 105, that sprint, which I'm at 352 for today. And 2 plot points and a transition scene done. You know. All through brain fog.
Very nice.
But yeah, I think it is quite valid to stop and research how to do some, like, see if there's advice to help so it feels less floundering.
I found like one of the, what's it called again? A masterclass. There was like it popped up as a masterclass thing, and I was like, oh, awesome! I'll click on this, and it's just 7 examples of a story within a story, which is what it says at the top, but it doesn't actually give any advice on it. And I was like, okay, and
how do?
Yeah, that's literally it. Just
maybe like in a new document, write out the story, and then you can decide how a bard would then relate that story entertainingly to people.
Yeah. I semi want them to like enter the inn that the bard's performing at. Because originally I was gonna have the bard like put on a little performance just for them, like telling a story. But I was like, if we have them run into the bard earlier, because they're journeying and all that, then Rai can get some information from that. And then later he can ask, when they meet the bard again, he can just like directly ask questions and the bard can bard at him, basically. So I was like, okay, trying to figure out which story I want the bard to be telling. That has Go ahead.
It reminds me of, it's one of the Graceling novels. No, it's not Winterkeep. It might be the second one. In the one about the princess who was a child in the first one and is now becoming queen in the second one, she sneaks around. She sneaks out of her city and she goes to a story room. And while they're like relaying stories and stuff, she like half pays attention to the stories, but then she's also like paying attention to the people and the people's reactions to the stories, and all of that until like this one story catches her attention, and then like she's like almost hyper focused on the story until the one guy catches her eye again.
I got an angry message from Fox going, "You didn't tell me about this," and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so came out of my head. Because I gave the bard a name and I gave very little characters' names within my outline. So if I was like,
"Oh, you didn't tell him about the bard?"
No, he's in the outline, and he gets a name, and that's about it. And then he never appears in the outline again. Because, yeah, I didn't plan on having him appear again. But I'm like, damn. Now I'm having him appear before that. Then he's there for a sec. But...
Fox can live.
Because originally the bard was going to be a lot of the way I was going to communicate my world building. Or not a lot, but like important thing.
Hold on. Which character did you switch?
What do you mean?
Steeg. He made a quick character switch.
Yeah. I forgot what I was saying.
Your bard, he came back. Fox is yelling at you because of it.
Yeah. Cowboy.
Yeah. Steeg, are you writing the space western? Because I know you and Mars are both writing, I think, queer westerns. Yes, Mars's is sapphic. Yours is gay. But I thought, for some reason, I thought Mars was writing a space western, but Mars is writing a paranormal western, supernatural western.
I feel like that would be like extra scary. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Paranormal.
I'm writing an AU. Who is writing a space western? Someone is, damn it. Too
I wrote
sick.
A fantasy western.
Yeah, logline. Ooh, fantasy that I love the combination of fantasy and western. Really, I like westerns, and therefore I like westerns combined with many a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, weird western. Weird western horror. I thought I was like double clicking on my mouse pad and I realized what was happening. A quiet gunslinger and his resolute sister embark on a perilous journey through a wilderness haunted by dark creatures to rescue her missing son, risking their lives and uncovering sinister secrets. Ooh, I like that along the way. I like the log line. I'm upset YouTube did not allow you to put it all in one thing. That's rude. Link the portrait in the craft room. I'm a ghost spy.
Ooh. That's fun. I like
Occasionally, I forget you're also in that server.
Oh, yeah. I'm completely a lurker. I don't even know if I count as a lurker because I don't even go in the server almost ever. I'm really bad at Discord.
Bruh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. He's cute. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I remember. I was doing most of like my I was gonna like explain some world building and stuff. I'm not purged. Damn. My world building was gonna be from the bard because he was like gonna explain some stuff. I was like kind of worried about how smooth it was gonna be, but then I added in Jason's perspective, and we don't need to explain the political setup because he's in the political setup. It's kind of just what he's experiencing, and then I have some explanations in there, but it's much more fluid, natural. And then now I have the bard, and I'm like, okay, I can focus more on dragons rather than like setting up the world. So I'm like, now I can come up with a cool dragon story, but I don't know if I want to like tell a cool dragon story that kind of freaks out Rye, because spoiler, it's not actually a spoiler, it's gonna be the main marketing tactic. He is a dragon that he just found out. So it'd be like, oh, here's this cool dragon story, by the way, that's gonna freak him out about being a dragon, or a cool dragon story that makes him super excited about being a dragon, or something else. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured that out. Yeah. Also, I needed something that this random bard would know. He's actually a very well-known bard. Maybe. Do I want... I was thinking of making the bard into a woman, because it's usually like a young or an old man bard or old man storyteller. So I was like, now it's an old lady. But I'm like, 9% of my cast is women at this point. Other than
Or
the
a young charlatan. You
and
are in fact failing the Bechdel test.
No, I'm very much succeeding the Bechdel test. I'm like, I would be failing the reverse Bechdel test. Because, like, oops,
No,
90% of my plot or characters are women. Okay, maybe not 90%, but
you just said you don't. But do they talk about anything other than men?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why'd you bring up the Bechdel test?
Because I think I misheard you where you said like barely any of your characters are women.
Oh, barely any of my characters are men.
Oh.
I have a couple of non-binary people as well, but yeah, I was like,
I've only seen
men.
You've only shown me things with Rye.
Actually, Ryan encounters a lot of women. Jason does encounter more men.
Yeah, that Jason, I blanked on this. Yeah, you've only shown me things. Okay, so like you're failing the vegetable test of showing scenes to me, because the only scenes I have seen so far involve Jason talking to men and Rye talking. Well, there's the action scene, but those don't count. Rye and his mom, who's
POV
passed
characters are men.
Yeah.
So, but my prologue would make me pass the Bechdel.
But they talk about Rye.
No, they don't. Rye doesn't exist yet.
The
Okay, he does exist, but he's not a person yet. He doesn't have consciousness. He does, actually, but we don't know that. They pass. I don't know. Now I'm like, do they pass? It would make sense if the script or not the script, the book didn't pass the Bechdel test unless our boys are eavesdropping on some women chatting.
Yeah. I'm just giving you a hard time about it.
Your book
is fine. Novels are a little different than movies because novels are from a POV. So if you're only writing from male POVs, then
the movie script that I wrote passed the Bechdel test because I had multiple scenes where it's just women chatting, and then our heroes come running in, and they're chatting about important things. But
when I critique your novel, I'm just gonna put like little notes, like this chapter passes the Bechdel test.
But none of them are, because like a good chunk of the book is just Ryan and Jason in the woods, just the two of them. So,
this one failed. Do better.
This one fails. Add a random woman to have two random women chatting with each other. I just do like little intermissions between every couple of chapters, being like, "Oh, and this is what Hannah's getting up to back in the
village." Yeah, once every 6 months or so, we tend to use the auto purge feature to keep the server as active as possible. Cool. I too would do that if I had a server as large as yours.
You have a server.
Not as large as theirs.
Oh, well, you mumbled.
Sorry.
I win.
No, I have a server. Everybody can join my server for $1 via my Coffee Cookie Ko-Fi down below. But that does keep it small. The paywall. So,
but it's fine. It's fun. We have a fun.
I'm just glad that I don't disappear from the earth for 6 months at a time, so that I too am not auto purged.
Yeah, I was concerned for a second. Purged. Not gonna lie.
Potentially, I tag you for streams and stuff, so it might count that.
Oh.
All right, but it is the final wrap-up sprint, and then after that, we will be back to talk for 10 minutes.
Oh, yes.
And we're back.
Okay,
No, I
so
did not mean to close out.
Huh?
I was talking to myself. I said, no, I did not mean to close out my comments.
So either I came up with something that's really cool, or is really stupid. So, and if it ends up being cool, then it not solves plot holes, but like enhances plot things that I've made up, or it's just stupid. And I'm missing something. It doesn't fill out, like it causes holes elsewhere. But it might be a good idea, and it would be whatever story the bard tells. So I have to like percolate on that.
If it causes holes elsewhere, we can figure out how to work around that.
So
I got
very happy or not very happy. I don't know.
Time will tell. You have something to work with, even if it needs to be adjusted. So
yeah, it also helps me expand. It's back history of the world building that makes
that's good
for nowadays. And if this takes off, could be a fun prequel book.
Ooh.
So
I got 86 more words, which puts me at 436, which in the grand scheme of things isn't a lot, but it's a lot more than I've been able to do recently. So I am pleased.
I don't know how many words I got down because I was thought dumping.
Word progress is not always the point. As you know, when I'm drafting, I'm less concerned about word progress as I am scene points. Am I glitchy again?
No.
Okay, just making sure, because the little like Wi-Fi symbol came up. So
you were for a second. I'm laughing at the cat came in to drink some water. There are other places in the house to drink water, but I have like I tossed something earlier, and it's like this on the water dish. So like the cat has to go like this to drink water, and I'm like, there are other options.
No, there's not. It's that or nothing. You don't understand.
So good. This isn't the cat. We have one of our cats who will either drink from the giant dog water dish or the toilet. Like none of the cat bowls. Like no, it's not good enough for him. It'd be toilet water or dog water dish water. So.
To be fair, cats do tend to have an aversion to still water, and toilet water is technically.
Yeah. We have one of those water fountain things that has like the water continuously moving, but no. It's not this cat. This cat is actually a delicate princess. Bye. This was I got when I was like 6, and since I've gone to college, he has abandoned me, and has chosen my brother's girlfriend over me. I am home now, and yet he spends all of his time. It wasn't my choice. I wanted to take him to school. But my parents were like, no, we love him too much. Take Storm. We don't love her.
So cool.
Actual words from my mom. And now when the cat does deign to bless me with his presence, he smells like my brother's girlfriend's perfume. I'm like, reek of another woman's perfume. I can smell her on you. Like, I'm like, should I start wearing perfume so the cat isn't this she has all the good, nice product smells, because she works at a beauty store, and so I'm like, should I start wearing perfume so I smell better for the cat? Am I going insane about this? A little bit, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine.
I'm not jealous. So jealous.
So for everybody who likes coming to WIP Wednesday, but may want to work a little earlier, the troublemakers do actually stream, like, I think they start at 9:30 my time. And then they stream until like 11:30-ish normally.
Also, people that like coming to WIP Wednesday. WIP Wednesday is going to be under construction in like 2 weeks because
CB's WIP Wednesday.
So I might see Sam WIP Wednesdays and I'll do something else. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Because WIP Wednesday does have to say, Sam's WIP Wednesdays have to stay convenient for Sam. Otherwise.
Yeah, I was saying maybe Sam just takes over all WIP Wednesdays and I'm not here anymore.
Oh, okay. So they start at 4 p.m. Central.
That's not 9 a.m.
I'm confused now.
But it's 4:30 Central right now, isn't it?
It is. It's 4:30 Central. And you guys, you start before me. We've been streaming every week for 4 years in October.
European, Central European.
Oh! Steve, you have me so confused. I was like, no, you stream before me. Hold on. Let me double check. I didn't do it. You did it. I am in U.S. Central. Okay, so it's reasonable confusion. Central European time. That I was right. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. my time. They start streaming, and then they generally finish up by 12. Because when I'm not feeling like absolute trash, I like to go to their stream and set my stream up during their sprints, and then I hop over to mine. It's 8 a.m. Mountain. Yeah, there you go. No, it's 9 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Mountain.
I don't know.
Mountain's the one. It goes Eastern, Central, Mountain,
between LA and you.
You have too many time zones. We do.
We are a little bigger than country in Europe. So.
We still have too many. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Daylight saving.
There's a movement that's like we should just have one. Like I know there is like for businesses a like time zone that's like, oh, you're -8 GMT or whatever it is. But I wonder if there's people that be like, we should just have one clock. Like everywhere in the world is one time. And some people are just going to be like noon, but it's actually going to be midnight. And they'll just have to adjust to that.
Wallace is Mountain, Katie and Grape are Central, and I'm Central E. Central A, and I'm Central E. Got you.
What does the A stand for?
Central American.
Oh.
Central European is GMT +1.
See, it was. I think I said GTM, but
I think I'm -5.
I don't know. I'm so bad at times. I'm moving to LA in 10 days. And I am trying to figure out what time it'll be there for here. Or like I was putting stuff on my calendar and so many things are happening, and I'm like, because you can change the time zone it's in. And so
yeah, so WIP Wednesday Pacific time would be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I think. 11, 12, 1. So 10 to 1.
Yeah, and I have class for this time would be 1 to 4:30 because I think the class is like 10 to 1:30. It's like there's like a half an hour that doesn't overlap with this class and WIP Wednesday, which is really sad.
Just have the phone on. Just like don't look at what I'm doing. I'm messing.
Don't think that's gonna work. And then the stream, your Monday night streams, and if they ended at like, if there was a 2.5 hour stream, 2.5 hours after the stream starts is when my class starts. So I could conceivably maybe do the first 2 hours of some streams, depending on what internship I end up doing. But we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well,
life is getting in the way from in the way of our stream schedule.
It is. Either way, my point was that I was trying to promote the Troublemakers stream because they streamed before me, so you could go stream, enjoy the Troublemakers company and then come and enjoy our company.
Warm up with them and then get down to business with us.
Or get ready for bed, depending on your time.
Ready for bed.
Bye, Steve. And tomorrow I will be streaming, theoretically, same time for Sam's writing work shift. And I'll...
like.
Yep.
You leave.
See y'all later. Bye.
Bye.